What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Here we are with our next video. I visited 10 Dutch cities. Here's where I live next. This one sounds very intriguing. We get to see 10 different cities in the Netherlands. That's always going to be awesome. Before we dive in, though, if you guys happen to enjoy, please don't forget to subscribe, give the video a thumbs up, and if you would like to support the channel further, hit that join button to receive your exclusive benefits. Let's get right to it.
Welcome to King's Day. This is King's Day, the biggest national holiday in the Netherlands. It's absolute chaos with up to 1 million people flooding the streets and canals dressed in orange, the national color in honor of the King's birthday. I've been traveling through the Netherlands for 2 weeks now to decide if I want to move here, and I couldn't miss this annual tradition. You'll see plenty of boats, DJs, beer, street parties, festivals, parades, and a lot of stuff that I can't even mention here. So wait, how did I get here again? Well, Amsterdam is the...
I feel like I've seen so many videos that talk about like King's Day in the Netherlands, and it always looks so awesome. It always looks so fun.
Latest stop on my exploratory trip around the country, and you could subscribe to my channel to see the other places I've been. In this video, I'm going to be sharing some houses with you and also talking with a local relocation consultant in Amsterdam before traveling on to the beautiful Dutch cities of Den Bosch and Utrecht. Which city will I choose to settle down in? Keep watching to find out. So it's the day after King's Day and we're hanging out in Vondelpark with some absolutely beautiful weather. And you know, even though I'm touring all around the Netherlands, there's something very special to me about Amsterdam that it really does feel like home. It really feels like somewhere that I could see myself living, even though it's more crowded and a little bit more crazy than the other places that we've been. I don't know. I just love biking through Vondelpark and enjoying the spring weather outdoors at cafes and hanging out with friends. It's one of those places that I never really feel like I'm ready to leave, so I think that's a good sign.
Okay. I like it, Amsterdam. I like it. It does look very nice in this video. For me, it's just so amazing to see so many people out and about and enjoying the day. The sun looks like it's out shining beautifully, and everybody's out riding their bikes, chilling on the grass, just taking it all in, and you love to see that.
I wanted to show you guys a few properties in the Netherlands because something that you'll always want to do on an exploratory trip is go look at properties. But you want to definitely contact some local real estate agents or look on classified sites and set up some viewings with local property owners. Housing is a huge problem throughout the Netherlands, but especially in Amsterdam. So I decided to take a property tour with my friend Erica from Orange Homes.
Hi, I'm Erica from Orange Homes Relocation, and on this beautiful sunny day in Amsterdam, I am going to be viewing this property here across the road, a 1930s two-double-bedroomed apartment.
Let's go check it out.
1930s two-double-bedroom apartment. That sounds nice.
I actually didn't like this apartment at all. I felt like it was overpriced, and even though it had windows in the front and back, it felt very cramped. Didn't have the best view, but you know what? In Amsterdam, when it comes to housing, beggars can't be choosers.
That's what I heard. That's what I heard.
So this is €2,500. It's in Stadion Cape, right on the canal. Not bad. I think the building's from 1922, but it looks like it's been remodeled.
So if this were the master bedroom, Jeff, you can see...
So you're telling me a two-bedroom? I guess, but you are right on that riverfront, or what was that called? So I'm guessing that's prime real estate. £2,500 a month? People got money. That's all I'm gonna say. People have money.
The sockets are laid out. You put your main bed here, and you would usually have a closet, and a chest of drawers on this side to make best use of the space.
And this is the bathroom.
Yeah, very typical, except that it has actually got the toilet in the bathroom.
Oh yes, very convenient.
Yes.
And usually you'll have a toilet separate.
Yes.
You see these vents?
Yes.
This is mechanical ventilation. It's not air conditioning. It comes on either through a special switch somewhere or something in the bathroom, and it's a fan that is specifically to keep the air circulating in the room.
Nice.
So it doesn't cool the air, doesn't warm the air, it just keeps that air moving.
How many applications do you think a place like this gets?
It depends on the landlord, and we already know that this is a very big landlord, and they are much stricter in the criteria for choosing a tenant. So as well as proving you've got a Dutch employment contract and your identity, so your passport, for example, you probably have to include evidence of your savings, etc. as well. I would say probably maybe 40, 50 people, but this one is off market.
Okay. Erica's lived in the Netherlands for
40 to 50 people vying for that apartment. Like I said, people have money, and as they were walking through, very nice looking apartment, and then you get it built in the 30s. That's incredible. And the condition that it's in is amazing. But 2,500 euros a month. I can't wait till I get to the point in my life where I'm like, 2,500 euro, I'll take it.
a long time. So I asked her to share with us a bit about her experience here. How you ended up living in the Netherlands yourself.
Wow, I think like with a lot of expat families, they come here for 2 to 3 years and then it extends a little bit. And then before you know it, you've not been here 2 to 3 years, you've been here 15 to 20 years. And that is how I ended up here. We enjoyed it. We like the quality of life.
Where are you from originally?
I'm originally from the UK, so I'm from southwest side of England.
Cornwall?
Devon.
Devon. What do you love about living in the Netherlands?
I think what I like most is the way that you can live your life really in your community, in your neighborhood. We don't have a car. When we need to drive somewhere, we use a car share where we rent a car for an hour or 2 hours. So I go everywhere by bike, or I walk, or I go by public transport. So there's nothing between me. There's no barriers like the glass windows of your car, for example. There's nothing. You're always within the community, mixing with people. And I really enjoy that. I like that. I like the fact that where I live, it takes me 10 minutes on the tram to get to the center. I can be in the busy, canal side areas of Amsterdam, or I can stay here in my neighborhood where I have got everything I need. I have got supermarkets, I have got the dry cleaners, I have got bakeries, I have got cafes and restaurants. And so everything is right here within maybe a 5-minute walk.
What is the mix of your French?
I truly, truly love that as the way she's breaking it down. She make it sound like we all need to be packing up and getting on to the Netherlands. Because just the fact that you can live within your own community, and it's like you're not separated by these glass windows. You're not separated in cars. When you go out and about, you get on your bike, you're walking. You're always like surrounded by people. Like, and that I feel like that would be dope in a sense of like just feeling more a part of the community. I feel like you would get to know more people that way. Now I am introverted, so I feel like I would love that to an extent, but at a certain point I'd be like, oh, I kind of don't want to run into anybody today, but sometimes that's just how I am, but I love this.
Circle, is it mostly foreigners? Is it also Dutch people?
It's a mix. Yeah, it's a real mix. We have some Dutch friends, we have some expat friends.
Would you say that most expats here are like learning Dutch and integrating, or do you just get by with English?
Everybody wants to learn Dutch when they come here, and most people give it a go. In Amsterdam, because so many of the Dutch people here, the residents, speak flawless English, you don't get much chance to practice your Dutch. Outside Amsterdam, it's easier. I mean, it's still hard to speak Dutch, but you will get opportunities to actually speak it. And in Amsterdam, I would say you can get by very, very comfortably with English. It really isn't a problem at all.
Well, is there anything that you would change, or that, you know, maybe as expats, we like to have certain complaints when we go to different places? This isn't like here or whatever. Is there anything besides like the weather?
I think sometimes the impatience of Dutch cyclists, even now, I'm not that fast on a bike. I don't think I ever will be. And I think sometimes they have a death wish.
Yeah, they can be quite angry if you're
Aggressive
in their way. Yeah.
I wish I had taken bike lessons when I first came here. I wish I'd got the rundown or the lowdown on exactly what you need to do to really safely cycle around. Because I just thought, well, I can ride a bike. How hard can this be? There's rules. There's unspoken rules. There's you always use your arms to indicate if you're going to the right or to the left.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I've noticed that. I think all of my Dutch friends, they like to complain about other things like the train system or the politics or the social services. But I always remind them, I'm like, well, comparatively to other countries, there's really not too many problems. I mean, it's like close to like optimal societal organization that I've seen in 65 countries. And Canada's pretty good. Finland, Norway are pretty good.
That's pretty amazing. That they're comparatively to other countries, that the Dutch are doing so well in certain areas. But of course, like, no matter, the Dutch are still human, so of course you have your complaints, and I completely get and understand that. I have heard many complaints about Dutch cyclists, like, and them being like just very impatient. They'll run you over. What I hear, if you step in that cycle lane, they'll run you over without a second thought. That's just what I hear in videos. It could be wrong. I'm just telling you what I've been heard. But yeah, I've heard that about the Dutch. But yeah, compared, like she said, with the other things, it's pretty amazing that comparatively you guys are very close to the optimal society. You may not see it if you've never been outside of the Netherlands. And then you guys just know English so flawlessly. So it's like the people may want to learn Dutch, but they don't get a chance to practice. Y'all just ahead of the curve. Y'all just ahead of the ball, knowing multiple languages stuff. Good job, Dutch.
The respect for society.
Yeah.
And there is an expectation that you will behave in a certain way. So you will behave and you will live in a way that does not disturb your neighbor. I think they also understand that an international person, they don't know the rules.
Right.
Those unwritten rules. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you don't know them. So you continue in your merry way, and you live your life how you want to live it, completely oblivious to what might be expected of you if you were a Dutch person.
Right.
Society.
It's interesting food for thought, definitely. Thank you for sharing your beautiful terrace with us and some insights into living in the Netherlands.
You are so welcome. Thanks, Kristen.
As you can tell from this video, my Dutch needs a lot of work, but the best way to start with learning a new language is with small steps. And that's why I recommend Rosetta Stone. And now you can get more than 60% below this video lifetime in together by using the links. A lesser known town that many of you have recommended to me in the video comments. It's full of medieval architecture, charm, and a slower pace of life, with very few expats and foreigners here. So this is supposed to be quite a local town, not so many tourists here. Probably about an hour and a half south of Amsterdam. And it's a beautiful day. Everyone's out and about enjoying the first few days of spring. I'm headed over now to meet an old friend of mine from a mastermind we met in Bansko, Bulgaria in 2018, and he owns a co-working space here. So I'm gonna go say hi to Frank and then see where the day takes us. Got the best tour guide in town. Where are we? What is this cathedral?
This is the St. John Cathedral.
Ah, okay. Den Bosch has a population of around 160,000 people, but it really feels like a village. It's the capital of the North Brabant province and one of the oldest cities in the Netherlands, dating back to the 12th century. I chose to visit this area for its lower cost of living compared to Amsterdam and other larger cities, and it also has a more traditional local lifestyle here. Definitely a good place if you want to learn Dutch. After touring the area for the day, I had a nice sleep and then made my way to my next stop, Utrecht.
We didn't really get to talk about Den Bosch a lot, but that's all right. It did look very beautiful. That St. John's Cathedral, oh my days. Just that is just pure magnificence. That is pure beauty, and you cannot help but love it. Lower cost of living. That's always a beautiful. Those words to me are always beautiful, especially when you can still get a good quality of life. You feel me? But now out of Den Bosch onto Utrecht. Utrecht. Am I saying that right?
Now, if you're going to be moving to another country, chances are the property that you rent can be fully furnished. That comes with everything, including linens, cups, plates, bowls. But if you're renting long term, then you can find partly furnished properties, maybe with appliances, or unfurnished properties where you have to buy everything yourself. So it's always good to start with a short-term rental that comes fully furnished, so you don't have to commit to one destination and buy all the stuff in case you don't like it and you want to move. Wouldn't be a Dutch house without some stairs, am I right? These are actually not the most dangerous stairs I've seen on my trip so far. I think the worst ones were in Amsterdam. So steep and so narrow, but definitely check if there are stairs in your place if you need a one-story place, or you have kids, wheelchair accessible. It's gonna be an issue. So always ask, or if you have lots of luggage like me. So this area up here is the funny thing about Dutch design. We've got like this little space right here, not really sure what it is, little art nook. We've got this closet kind of storage room.
Can anybody like tell me what that space is about? Like that little area you got up there, that was nice. And to get a fully furnished short term rent like that's amazing. I don't know if that exists here in the U.S. Where I mean, it probably does. It's just out of my price range. Where you get apartment on a short term rental fully furnished, like that's genuinely incredible. Does this make it much more expensive? Are short term rentals much more expensive than long term rentals, and where you're gonna get this apartment fully furnished and everything? Or y'all talk to me in the comment section. I got so many questions. All right, let's continue.
We've got this closet kind of storage room area. Not really any traditional closets like we're used to in the US.
Yeah.
The little Dutch sinks, I mean, these crack me up. It's so small.
It's very small. Yes.
Everything is small, but Dutch people are tall and large. Not all of them, but yeah, we got some good natural light here.
And us.
Nice to have that backyard and no neighbors right in the back. And then the bedroom.
Hey.
Really comfy bed in
Two
here.
singles pushed together.
Very authentic wooden floors. And it's very zen in this room. We have a view of the bus stop outside.
Nice.
I slept really well in here, and I've just been thinking about, you know, if this was my house that I lived in all the time, would I like it? Would I choose to rent this house? I'm not sure how much it would cost on a long-term basis, but apparently Utrecht is a little bit cheaper than Amsterdam. I don't want to say cheap, I'll say less expensive, but they're also having a housing crisis of their own. So I think pretty much anywhere in the Netherlands, it's going to be quite difficult to find housing. So you pretty much take what you can get, which is one of the things I don't like about living here. I'm really picky with where I stay and where I live, and I like to have options. There's not a traditional closet in here either. We have these kind of shelves, but I think we probably have to get a wardrobe to like hang clothes here. So that's a tour of this space. Let me know if you like it, and how much, if you're Dutch, how much do you think this house costs to rent per month? So I just wanted to
I definitely think it was a very nice space. With everything being small, it would take some adjusting. But that was a funny point that she brought up. Dutch people are usually taller, and that fact that everything's small is kind of funny in a sense. That's my reading. But yeah, what do you guys? I mean, it's very nicely furnished. I'd say, I don't know. Did she say it was a one bedroom? I'm gonna say 15 to 1600 euros.
Decompress a little bit since we've been a lot of places. We've been to 9 cities in the Netherlands so far in less than 2 weeks, and we still have one more left, which I'm looking forward to the most actually, which is Haarlem, coming up tomorrow. And so whenever you're traveling this quickly, it's always good to sit back and reflect a bit on what just happened. And it's been a bit of a whirlwind this week, but of course you want to ask yourself questions after each of the places that you go to, and I'll leave those below this video, the same questions that we asked ourselves after the first destination of Groningen, and then continue on to the other places and kind of compare where you felt the most comfortable. I think for me so far, the city that looks the most interesting to me to live in, it's pretty close. I think The Hague was really nice. I like that it's so close to a lot of other cities and it has a really international community. I'm also really looking forward to checking out Utrecht because it's a smaller city than Amsterdam, so it's more local, but also international, but not as touristy, a little bit more affordable housing, and maybe around less than 400,000 people live here, so it's still big enough that it has all the amenities that I'm looking for. Cafes, co-working spaces, Pilates studios, but it's not as big as Amsterdam. It's not as crowded. It's not as expensive. Like I can bike through here probably in 15-20 minutes versus in Amsterdam it could easily take 30 minutes to an hour or more to get from one side of the city to the other. And on the tram as well, it can easily take 30 minutes, 45 minutes to get somewhere. So I like that about here. I'm really looking forward to exploring it. And I'm also glad I saw so many other places that are actually smaller because it gave me a different insight into all the different microcultures of the Dutch towns. I've seen more of the country in this last 2 weeks than I have in 12 years of traveling here. So I think it was a really good idea to come on this trip. And it's already bittersweet that I'm leaving in a few days because it's definitely a place that I love to come. And whenever I come to the Netherlands, I never feel like I'm ready to leave. So I think that's a really good indicator that a country is a good fit for you when you feel comfortable there and your nervous system feels at ease and at home, but that it also makes sense on paper as far as being able to afford it, being able to get a visa there that you can qualify for, and also really like resonating with the lifestyle, the culture of the people, the society, the different like societal norms. I like that it's a very progressive country. People are very open-minded. They work hard, but they also play hard. They have really good work-life balance. I like that everything works most of the time. It's quite efficient. You know, it just really ticks the boxes for me in so many ways. And I just...
She's making the Dutch sound more amazing, or the Netherlands sound more amazing, and more amazing, and more amazing, and more amazing. Like, okay, I got you. It ticked every box that a person could ever think of and imagine. So shout out to the Netherlands. Utrecht, while she said it's not as big as Amsterdam, it's still a decent sized city. Just Amsterdam, it's not as crowded, it's not as packed, it's not as from one end of the city to the next. It's not going to be as big. I've always been more of a small city kind of person, not country, like not country where it's like 100 yards between me and the next person house, like or more. But a small city, like I don't want to be too packed into a big city. And there's some people who absolutely love that. And I have nothing against those people. It's just small city. And so I'm sure some of the smaller cities that she visited will be my type of vibe. But Utrecht looks absolutely dope. That place that she's in is absolutely beautiful.
I like the people. I like the Dutch people as well as the international community. So it's nice to have that diversity here. And it's definitely a bonus that so many people speak English, although I do think it's important to learn Dutch. I love that you can bike everywhere. You can take the train. The public transport is so good. You can get across the country in a couple of hours, and you don't even really have to plan ahead because everything runs so regularly. And yeah, you know, I do love my apartment in Miami, but I definitely need to find a way to spend more time here, each year or even move here permanently, give up my current apartment or home base in the US and find a way to spend time with family, but also to follow my life path, which is definitely leading me towards here. Let's go outside now and see Utrecht and then head to Haarlem and make a final decision about where I think I would like to live long term. Located less than 30 minutes south of Amsterdam, Utrecht is the fourth largest city in the Netherlands and often considered the most livable one, with a high quality of life, historic charm, and laid-back atmosphere. It's also a university town with a student population of more than 40,000 people, which can make it difficult to find housing. Wow, so beautiful here. I love it. I spent all day exploring the streets, popping in and out of cafes, and talking with local people. With the large student population here, coupled with the local residents and large international community, there's plenty to do. Utrecht is full of bars.
I just feel like I don't necessarily know if I'd love to live in a college town. I loved going to college for the 4 years of some of the most fun that I've had in my life. Like, it was incredible. But I think now that I graduated and I have a family, like, I think about the things I was doing in the college and all that involved in that fun that I had. I don't think I would necessarily want to be around it now that I'm older. And I don't know if any of you guys feel the way or if that's just me, but I don't know if I could vibe in a college type town.
Restaurants, shops, nightlife, and also the great outdoors. Okay, so we have made it to the Old Canal District. This is in the center of Utrecht, and it's really special because we have the canal going through the center, the lower area, and also the upper area that you can walk along. There's lots of little side streets, shopping, restaurants, and this is really a good place to get a sense of what the local daily life is like here in the center of Utrecht. I'm really loving the vibes here so far, and I look forward to exploring a bit more. I was happy to find lots of outdoor activities here, also vegan restaurants and yoga and Pilates studios. That's really important for me in choosing a place to live. And after exploring Utrecht, I made my way to Haarlem, the last city on my itinerary. All right, we're here. We've made it to Haarlem, mission accomplished. I'm gonna go walk to the market area, town square, and see what we see. Just 15 minutes from Amsterdam and the airport by high-speed train, Haarlem is a historic Dutch town with a walkable, car-free city center. It's filled with restaurants, cafes, galleries, museums, and makes...
Just take a moment. Just take a moment and just look at that, man. For anyone who gets to walk by that daily in person, please don't take that for granted. That is beautiful. The design is gorgeous.
A popular place for foreigners and locals alike who want to live near Amsterdam without the crowds and high housing prices. Haarlem is also close to parks, beaches, and the Netherlands' iconic tulip fields. I found it strikes a good balance between having a laid-back yet lively atmosphere with a lot of amenities and things to do. One thing that I have noticed about Dutch people is that I'm not sure they appreciate their country as much as foreigners do. I think when we come from another country that has more problems, we really appreciate the Netherlands and how I can't think of a word for it. It's not that life is easy here, but it's just there's like a natural cadence to life that has less friction than in other countries where you can often just rely on infrastructure, and society is organized in a way that's very fluid. It's also funny because Dutch people like to say how they complain about things, and it's like kind of like a natural pastime. But if there's any Dutch people watching, I hope you know that every country has problems, but yours is pretty good. Yeah, it might be a little bit boring or like very safe and quiet, but these are things that I appreciate the more and more I travel around the world, and I love going places that are outside of my comfort zone. I would say the Netherlands is definitely in a comfort zone of sorts, but a lot of the places that are very far outside of my comfort zone with a lot of culture shock are not necessarily places that I like to live. So when I'm thinking of the things...
And to me, it's funny that she said, as soon as I say, I hope you guys don't take that for granted, she said, I don't know if Dutch people appreciate their countries as much as foreigners do. And I get it, because it's, I mean, if you grew up there, you know everything. Like, it's not, you don't have that first time seeing it marvel in your eyes, like you've seen that thing a million times, or you've been there a million times, or... But I do think, like, genuinely, and that's something for a message for me too, is that each day, like, don't take it for granted. If you're in, because to me, the Netherlands looks absolutely beautiful from what she's shown so far. You guys have such a community, and where the cars don't run the streets, but more bikes and walking, so you get to be out with people more. And you guys just have, it, to me, it seems like an amazing environment. So yeah, just don't take it. And I know it's almost human nature, not just Dutch national pastime, to complain, but just appreciate. Just don't forget to appreciate everything that you do have, and the country that you're in, and all the good things that come with it.
So I'm looking for in a home away from home. The Netherlands really has a lot of it. I think I'm gonna go to my friend Anju's house and catch the view from her rooftop deck, and then head to dinner. I met my friend Anju and her sister Sharita more than 12 years ago when I first came to the Netherlands, and they've been wonderful friends ever since. Anju's lived in Amsterdam and The Hague before coming to Haarlem, and she loves it here. Why did you move to Haarlem?
I was looking for something, in Amsterdam, but that was impossible at the time because prices were crazy. I wanted something close to the airport, close to the beach, close to Amsterdam. And then it became Haarlem, and I was looking around here, and yeah, it has so many similarities with Amsterdam. It looked like the canals, and the little center with the little streets, and it's a really charming city. And we have a dog, so there's a lot of green where I live. And it's only a 10-minute cycle from the city center, so that's why I decided to buy the place here. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I don't regret it.
Where do you think I fit in the most?
I see you in Amsterdam, but I can also see you here.
Yeah,
I think you will like it. I thought about Utrecht, but I don't know. Haarlem attracted me more.
Yeah,
because of the Amsterdam vibe.
Yeah,
and yeah, because I used to live in Amsterdam for 10 years, so it was like feeling home to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's go to Amsterdam now and get dinner.
Yes.
Thank you. Bye. Anju gave me a lot to think about when choosing a destination, and after visiting 10 cities throughout the Netherlands this trip, talking with locals and foreigners alike about their experiences, I had a lot to consider. Every place has its pros and cons. I'm back in the Miami airport, and I've been thinking a lot about my trip to the Netherlands and all of the amazing...
Let me just say, her friend's place was absolutely furnished gorgeously. Being able to sit on that rooftop, that surroundings, oh my days, that's like unexplainable, because there's nothing around me that I've seen like that. And so just being able to do that and just get to sit in so much beauty and just like enjoy a drink or enjoy a conversation with a friend, like, come on.
Places that we explored together. It's time to make my final decision, so drum roll please. Actually, I'm gonna cheat a little bit because it's a tie. I am still torn between Amsterdam, Utrecht, and also Haarlem, which really surprised me. Originally, I thought I might be leaning towards The Hague, but I think it's actually a bit too far from the other places that I like to be in the Netherlands. So my plan is to go back and rent longer term and see how I like it, and then maybe decide to change locations from there. So that's a good tip if you're thinking about moving abroad, to rent something long term and then take smaller side trips to smaller towns and villages. I hope you enjoyed this world whirlwind trip around the Netherlands. Make sure to subscribe for lots more travel and living abroad videos. And if you'd like help from me and my team planning your international move, reach out to us at travelingwithkristen.com/relocation.
That was absolutely awesome. I love getting the opportunity to react to that. She did an incredible job, and then the other one just looks awesome. Y'all talk to me in the comment section. Tell me which city you would have chosen. Which city is your favorite out of the ones she's visited? That car, just because of her friend's place and that rooftop, I probably have to go with Haarlem just based off that alone. But all of the cities did look amazing, and I hope you guys do appreciate the country that you're in and all the good that comes with that. But that's all we have. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll see y'all.